I am a rich businesswoman, or at least I like to think that I will be one because I'm doing my 3 years of bachelor's in that. Speaking of which, last week after watching all the possible series on Amazon Prime, because yes, I don't have a Netflix account, yes, I exist, I discovered this 8-episode documentary, this giant beast that is the global economy with Carl. Honestly, it was so interesting and exciting to learn more about money laundering and AI and the rubber forest. And when I say interesting and exciting, I really mean it. Because after every single episode, I would think, wow, I'm wondering how it is to live in Cyprus or Panama and know that so much money is washed around you. Or, wow, I'm wondering how it is to live in China and see how big this market of counterfeits is. But then there was this last episode, the one that left me with a very bitter aftertaste. The last episode, number 8, called Corruption. And suddenly all my interest turned into deja vu. And all my excitement changed into sadness, even pain. I didn't have to wonder how it is to live in a country where corruption is so evident that it's normal. I didn't have to wonder how it is to live in a country where you have to pay extra money to get a good medical assistance, although you have a state health insurance. I didn't have to wonder how it was to live in such a country because I already did. Because I already lived in a country where corruption is normal. And that made me understand how biased we are in how we see the problems around the world. Some of them feel overrated because they're somewhere far away from us. The racial problem seems to be overblown because it's somewhere far away in the America. Or that dictatorship doesn't seem to be that cruel because it's not here, it's somewhere far away in Belarus. We start to care only when the problem is here, next to us, with our loved ones. We only care when our life and well-being is at stake. And the others? Well, no. The others are not that important. The others are so far away, too far away. Hello everyone, my name is Lumi. Over here I talk about communication, psychology and public speaking, and by the end of this video you will learn how to build stories that everyone will love. Same as in my video about intros, by the way, you can find it here or the link will be in description box below. I already gave you an example. Yeah, the story at the beginning. Surprise! So let's go back and listen to the same story, but from a storytelling or story building perspective. I started my story with I am a rich businesswoman, or at least I like to think that I will be one because I'm doing my 3 years of bachelor's in that. Same as a good presentation, a good story starts with a hook. Something that will make you noticed and will grab the attention either of the person that you're talking to or your whole audience. And you can do this either by saying a short but strong statement, you already understood, I love this, or by asking a question followed by a repetition. For example, you know what happened to me yesterday? That's crazy! And when you say something like this, the person next to you already wants to know what happened. Also, by using a hook at the beginning, you show the person that you're talking to, or you show the group that you are in, that you want to take the stage and you are willing to take their time to say a story. So they have to leave out everything that they are doing, lean on and listen to you. Next, I said, speaking of which, this is a transition from the hook to the setup. And if you look closely or you listen more closely next time, you'll hear that every good comedian or stand-up performer use this kind of a transition. An alternative for that could be last time or a question, when was the last time when you went, I don't know, running? Little break? I did that yesterday. And this is where the setup starts. Then was last week, after watching all the possible series money laundering and AI and the robber force. As I previously mentioned, this part is called the setup. At this moment in time, you tell the person that you're talking to or your audience some basic information or basic background of your story. Like who will be in the story, who are the characters, where it took place, when it took place, maybe why it took place. You basically introduce your audience or the person that you're talking to into this story. You incentivize this journey. The next part is the main part of your story. Consequently, it's the biggest one. The name of this part is the framework, and it has 3 steps. First of all, it's the expected story. And when I say interesting and exciting, I really mean it. Big this market of counterfeits is. Second of all, the turning point. But then there was this last episode. Corruption. And third of all is the unexpected story. And suddenly all my interest turned into déjà vu. In a country where corruption is normal. In these 3 steps of your framework, you build up your characters, you evolve them, you bring your audience on an emotional journey, you show the drama, you bring this spice, and this is where your story is not just a story, but a story that everyone will love. Now, the last part of my today's story was, and that made me understand how biased we are. Not that important. The others are so far away, too far away. And here you have 2 options. You can either bring up the moral or the main takeaway of the story, like I did, or you can show how the problem was solved, how the tension was released, how the drama was somehow solved, and so on. Also, at this stage, you can make a call to action. And this is what a lot of brands do, to bring everything together. In order to build stories that everyone will love, first of all, you have to come up with a hook. Then you have to make a smooth transition to the story itself. In the setup, or the 3rd step, you have to give some basic information or a background. Then comes the framework, and in the framework, consider the expected story, the turning point, and the unexpected story. And last but not least, come up with the moral of the story, or with a call to action, or kind of bring the solution of the problem that you found in your story. If you consider all these 5 steps when building a story, I can guarantee you that everyone will love it. Did you like mine? If so, give this video a thumbs up and leave me a comment. You can click here and here to see more of my videos, here to become part of my growing community. Click on the bell button to always know when I post something new. Thank you for watching. I hope you learned something new, and see you next time. Bye!